So we're here with Hilary Duff, and she just walked in drinking a garlic soda. So, Hilary, can you explain to us again, one, what's the gum regimen like with this new prebiotic soda? And two, what makes it so tasty?
Wait, you don't drink garlic-flavored soda? Are you okay?
Yeah,
Get with the
I feel
times,
like
my
I'd love
friend.
it too. I feel like I'd love it too.
I feel
right,
like
Josh?
I feel like a Jewish mother here. Ben is actually in the beverage industry.
Oh, okay.
And he has a beverage, which happens to be right here, which I have no financial investment in. So I'm upset that I'm even hawking it to
Do
you.
you like it?
Well, it's alcoholic, and you know your boys.
Oh, that's right. I'll
15
drink it
years,
all.
So yeah, you can.
Oh,
Ben,
okay.
give Hillary the rundown.
Give me the rundown.
Wow, Josh,
Wait,
you
can we
plugged this so
clarify?
early.
Can we clarify that this is not a garlic-flavored soda that I walked in drinking? Please, before the world is like gagging and disgusted by me.
But before we talk about
They've
Spirit
already had
Society,
to hear about my home
definitely
birth,
talk.
you know? So
Yeah.
I don't want to also be like nabbed for drinking garlic soda.
Ooh, home birth. Write that down, Ben.
No.
We'll get there around minute 20.
Before we talk about Spirit Society, definitely please clear your name. It's not garlic soda. What is it? But I know you love it. So
I do love it. It's just like an immunity sparkling drink with vitamins and orange and turmeric, fresh pressed orange.
wow, that
If you
sounds
will.
amazing.
Yeah, but I'm excited to try Spritz Society. What a great name.
Thank you very much.
Love an
but-
alcoholic beverage. Sorry, Josh.
I don't, but
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
I would love it too
You-
if I could.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you do love them.
Right.
Sure.
Too much.
But I have one or two, and then it leads me to my other favorite drink, Percocet.
Oh, that's not good, Josh. That's not my experience.
Have you not had a margarita and a Vicodin and just
Actually,
said,
never. I can say that never.
wow, you're not the child star I thought you were? We're different kinds of child
People
stars.
will be so disappointed to know I've never done that.
Did you guys see Dope Sick, either of you?
Loved Dope Sick.
Loved.
Yeah. Sad. Tough to watch.
Josh, did you watch it?
No, I don't watch things.
It
What's
was
wrong with
intense.
me?
We
What's
had
his
a
name?
conversation about a lot of things that we watched, didn't we?
We did. I know about it, like the Sackler family and the Purdue Pharma and OxyContin and all that, but I didn't actually watch it.
Michael Keaton was great.
He's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
He's cool.
He was amazing. I loved it. It was definitely dark, but it was very informative. And if you know everything, Josh, already about Purdue and the Sacklers, then you really don't need to watch it.
He knows about their product.
I do.
You know enough.
Listen, I could write a whole Yelp review. Well, I think, we were thinking about the best way to handle this interview. And I was like, if you and I chat, it's water cooler talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's inside baseball.
Yeah.
You and me.
I know.
Like you said, we're the same person.
Yeah, I know.
So I decided, I thought that Ben should lead off on questions because he represents the people.
Sure.
Civilians.
Yeah.
Normies.
Don't fuck it up, Ben.
Yeah. Good luck, Ben.
I was going to say, I'm going to fuck it up. And Josh, you guys are in the same room. I'm a little afar.
We're
so feel free
already
to take over.
friends.
Oh,
You're new.
also, yeah, it's so true. I'm so on the outside.
You would love Ben. Okay, so fun fact, and then I'll stop talking. Hillary loves a Jew.
Love a
Ooh,
Jew.
Married to
that's
a
good.
Jew.
Married a Jew.
Long Island Jew, a
Yeah.
pure
I'm
Jew.
I'm king of the Jews.
Great.
My 23andMe, 100% Ashkenaz. That means that I have so much inbreeding. I'm lucky I don't have a sixth toe. How can somebody be 100% Ashkenaz?
That's impressive. That
It's
should be
scary.
like part of your your bio, your LinkedIn bio or something, your Instagram. I mean, it's something to be proud of.
I'm-
100%. And no
One-
extra toe.
No extra toe. We got very, very lucky. 100%. But it's great that you're a fan of the Jews.
Well-
Josh and I often talk about the fact that there are far too many people that are not.
I know.
It is what
World's
it
a
is.
weird place. Well, I did kind of marry a bad Jew because we don't celebrate any of the holidays, and I thought that was just like part of the deal. I still have to walk over to my neighbor's house to celebrate any of the fun holidays with
It's-
all of the food dishes and.
It's very Jewish to not celebrate, like to be deeply culturally Jewish and have none of the religious sort of festivity, right, Ben?
You know what I also find? That those that marry Jews end up becoming more Jewish than the person they married.
I like that for me.
Yeah.
So if you're ever looking for a quick conversion,
Great.
it actually doesn't exist. It's a
carries-
very rigorous process.
He
I can't
carries a
do it.
briefcase.
I
He carries
offered
a
it,
briefcase.
but that's actually why Marshall is here. Marshall's here to do the conversion, Josh. I don't know if you told him.
When I hear my gorgeous Gentile wife, Paige O'Brien, maiden name. When I hear her say Yiddish, I can just feel my ancestors clapping. Because it's just so wonderful to hear it just roll off the tongue. And I remember when we first met, she would come hang out with friends of mine like Ben, and she'd be like, you Jews, when you get together, you love to talk about being Jewish. And I said, yes. It's a major topic. And now here she is. She threw a Hanukkah party show. So shout out my wife. She really...
Paige O'Brien. One day I'll meet her. One day you'll bring her around.
Yes. You guys would be friends. She loves you.
I think we would.
People love you, Hilary. Can we talk about that? Is that a good start, Ben? You have
It's
no
an
haters.
unbelievable start. I love you
to.
too, Hilary. We'll get into that. I'm not there's nothing creepy going on here, but I did watch all of your shows just as I watched Drake and Josh, which Josh and I literally never talk about. But it's just, as a 30-year-old now, those were all of the shows of my childhood. So,
oh my gosh, thank you for saying that. You know what? People are very nice to me, and I'm so lucky. Like, I've had a really long career, and people are still, very willing to cheer me on and want to say hi to me, and it's very lovely.
And what do you attribute that to? What do you think? Because you've one thing that I'm so impressed just in knowing you as a person now as well is you've navigated this thing pretty perfectly, this weird showbiz life.
Oh my God. I don't know. I think that there's so many factors, and I think that I had a very strong foundation in my mom. And, when I started earning money and taking care of my family in a different way, than what's normal, it was still very, I didn't get treated special at home, and I didn't get extra rules that weren't age appropriate. And, I don't know. I just had a really lucky, the people that were around me. And then I don't want to give no credit to myself. I think a lot of that is within,
Yeah.
But a lot of it has to do with the people you surround yourself with. And I wasn't really in the cool crowd, and I don't know.
What does a cool crowd mean? Because Ben, you tell me. I feel from the outside, people would be like, you are the cool crowd.
Oh my God, you're so funny. I definitely am I don't think so. I don't know. I just got invited to the Vanity Fair Oscar party, and I was like, I got what? I got me? Why?
Are you going?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, she is.
You don't not go.
Josh, did you get invited?
I think so, actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
We should go together. They're very tough to get extra tickets to.
Well, because I definitely got invited.
Oh, God, got it. I was like, go with me and be my friend.
Yeah, Hilary, do you have an extra ticket for Josh?
I don't. I barely got a ticket myself.
This is a humble brag, except it's so me. I turned down an invitation to the Met Gala.
You did not.
Yeah, when I was 23 years old.
What were you thinking?
I don't know. No one talked to me.
You're such a fucking moron.
Stupid, right?
Yes.
And I'll never get invited. I'm blacklisted now.
What does Paige have to say about that?
She's mortified. Mortified.
Oh, that's amazing. No, I do not feel like I'm the cool crowd. I mean, maybe now that I'm 35, I feel very comfortable in my body and in who I am. But back in the day, no way. I was thinking no one was going to show up to my birthday party always.
Relatable.
I think that that's another part of why people feel the way they do about me, is I do think I come with openness and honesty and very much myself, and maybe that's approachable.
Do you still make music? Is that anything that you, and sorry if you released something recently and I didn't hear it. I'm a big fan of Come Clean. No, but do you still do music, or that's not something that you do anymore?
It's not something that I have done in a minute. I do want to. It's a question that I get asked all the time. And since I live with my husband, who's a very talented musician, they're always like, well, what would be so hard? Put your kids to bed and get into the studio.
Yeah, crank out an album.
I know. And I'm and someone's like, well, she can film an entire TV series, but you can't make a record. I'm like, to be honest, it's also like a totally like new landscape, like the music industry. Since even my last record, I was like, oh, this is, sorry, now I'm just really hot in here.
That means the conversation's going well.
I think that I will. I just don't know. Right now I barely have enough time to like give to my 3 children that I decided to bring into the world. So taking more time away from them seems like something I couldn't really wrap my head around, but I miss that version of myself, and I definitely think that I have more to do in that department. I just don't know when.
What is it like? Because I feel like music is sort of like the ultimate level of not fame, but it's universal, right? It elicits a feeling. You don't have to speak the language natively. It just, music travels the whole world. So like when you were doing music, was that a whole different trip than like the celebrity of TV and movies?
Oh my God, yes. And I think that also subconsciously comes into play of like, do I really want that life again? I can go about my day. Of course, I'm recognized most places I go. You know, I deal with paparazzi, but like I go grocery shopping and I go to my kids' schools nonstop, and I'm taking them to gymnastics and dance class and soccer, and, you know, going out to dinner with friends. Like I live a life like fully, you know. I can go to like a workout class, and I couldn't do that when I was doing music. Like it's just a very isolating, like your level of fame is just kind of like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because you're just on stage singing to all these people, and you're in that town, and everyone's, you know, knows you're there. And so you're just, like, it's just, I don't know. I was very, very lonely at that time. And not that I have a family of my own now, but, like, I don't know if I want that again. Or if I could even have it. But, like, it is scary.
And when you're going into towns, like, are there people waiting at the hotel and waiting at the venue?
Yeah.
And, right. So you really, there's no getting away from it.
No. My husband and I recently just went for like a little getaway to Mexico City, and it was so nice, and I love it there. But I also did a lot of touring there.
Yeah.
And so by the time we were there for like a day and a half, people had like figured out where I was staying, and all hours of the night would be like singing my songs in the street below our hotel room. And I was like,
wow.
Oh, well, we're here alone, so I don't know. I guess the 4 miles walking that we would do and like pop into this restaurant and do this cute little thing is kind of over till we go home.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
So,
but it doesn't, I mean, part of it sucks, and then other part of it's like so nice, and, you know, people love me.
Yeah, music lasts. And it's interesting, right? Because it's the only art form, like, if Billy Joel comes out and doesn't do Piano Man, you're upset.
By the way, I was at a Billy Joel concert on Valentine's Day.
And
Claudia and I went.
do it?
Josh, no, he did, but like he scared us for a minute. Like the first hour and a half was like Billy Joel reminding us that he has 9,000 songs
Before
any of the hits.
Yeah.
Like he would say, like he would come on, he'd be like, so from this 1970s album that none of you bought, here's a random song. And we're all just
I don't
like,
know if I would do that to people. I think I would like open with a beloved banger.
Yeah.
No, Billy Joel is just, first of all, unbelievable. But you have to be jaded when you have a residency at Madison Square Garden. Like
Wait, can I ask a really lame question? There's parts of like culture that just I missed. Is he the one that does No Shirt? Oh no,
Bert Kreischer?
He's actually the Piano Man.
Billy Joel is Billy Joel
That's
is
okay.
Sing Us a Song of the Piano Man. He's also Uptown Girl.
Oh, I know
that.
Oh, okay.
Uptown Girl.
Yeah.
She been living in. I missed it.
In case you couldn't tell from my
song.
voice, I was a backup singer of his.
Oh my
actually.
God! It was.
So.
It did. It sounded like the voice of an angel. Just a little snippet I heard.
Stunning.
Yeah.
It was stunning.
But
Yeah, so-
okay, wait. Sorry, that's Billy Joel, and I was thinking of Billy Idol.
Billy Idol also
I forgot
great.
about Billy Idol.
He's
also
the one that
great.
performs with no shirt on, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so.
I thought it was Bert Kreischer, the comedian who performs with no shirt on. I'm like,
Probably also.
interesting pull. No, Billy Joel, I remember I went to go see him for his 100th concert in Madison Square Garden, and he's there performing, and it's like the most New York shit you've ever seen.
Ever. Your husband would love it. I'm sure literally
Why?
all of
What
his
do you mean
cousins
by,
are
like-
there. All of them. It's 100% Long Island. 100%.
It's like people being like, I work for, like, I've been a fireman on Staten Island for the last
Okay.
25 years. I've seen Billy perform 18 times.
Okay.
This is the playlist.
Okay.
And then his special guest, because it's his 100th performance.
Right. Wait. 100th performance at Madison Square Garden.
Yes.
Okay, I was like, that seems like a low number at Madison Square Garden. Got it.
Insane, right? And Bruce Springsteen is a special guest.
Yeah, that's insane. The place went
People's
nuts.
face melted.
Yeah.
It was like
So that's my husband's absolute idol.
Springsteen, the boss.
Oh my God, I think he's been to like 40 shows.
Yeah. People, they're wild, Bruce
Yeah.
Springsteen fans.
Yeah.
Is there anything are you a fan of anything, like that big of a fan?
No. Again, I think I lost not that I lost like part of my identity, but like I just didn't like. I mean, I loved Britney Spears. Obviously, like the whole reason I started singing was because I loved Britney Spears. But also like grew up. Like I'm a huge Fleetwood Mac. My mom would like listen to Fleetwood all the time, so I love them. But I've never like seen them live.
And how much of it was like, because I always say with Drake and Josh, like Nickelodeon sort of had a setup where they were like, once you're 18 and the show's done, we're done with you because you've probably just aged out of the demo. And I feel like Disney did a little bit of a better job of saying like, if you can sing, we'll push that. If you have like any other talents, like we want to grow with you. Was that sort of like a conversation? Like, you've got a nice voice. Now let's pimp it out, Hill.
Okay. I'm just gonna have to like dig back in the files for a minute because it wasn't really like that. I at the time wanted to start singing and they were not like super on board. Like they didn't want to sign me right away at Hollywood Records. And obviously that was like the first place that we decided to go. And then like Rob Cavallo and Bob Cavallo, like these people that ran Hollywood Records, they're like a son and dad duo, and they jumped on board. And then I like started making a record. So it wasn't like they were like, let's just juice this for what we can. Like it was my idea. I wanted to sing. I really didn't want to be Lizzie McGuire anymore. You know, I was like, how do I not, like, as cool as it was, you know how that flip happens so fast. Like, I wonder actually, because Josh is like your name, like we've never talked about that, but like for so long, people were just like Lizzie, Lizzie, Lizzie. And still now to this day, which it doesn't bother me anymore, but it did for a while. Like I just desperately needed to be my own person, you know? And I think that I thought music was going to be a good way to like introduce myself.
And
Reintroduce myself. And it was.
Yeah. And
so they jumped on board for that and you know, it was a very like happy relationship.
And when did that flip happen? Right when Lizzie was over, in the middle? Because like for me, it happened like around season 3, and we still had another season left.
No, and we filmed incredibly fast. Like we only shot for 2 seasons with Lizzie McGuire, but like 30 episodes each season, and then they would like break them up how they wanted.
Right.
Which was not ideal. Like it was a lot of work. 30 episodes in like a season.
It's interesting, right? Because it's and Ben and I have talked about that dynamic of if you embrace this beloved thing, then you know people want you to love it as much as they love it, and it's impossible. Like you can't, because you were the one doing it. And then if you want to grow and try something different and maybe leave that in the past in a healthy way, then people think like they resent you because they feel as though like, oh, you're turning your back on this thing that we love. So it's kind of hard to find the balance of that, would you say?
Oh my God, of course.
Right?
I mean, I would say that was 5 years of my life just trying to navigate becoming a person that I wanted to be outside of who everybody wanted me to be, you know? I remember being on tour and having mothers come up to me and be like, never change. Whatever you do, just never change. And I would go into my dressing room after meet and greet and just be like, what? Like, they probably didn't mean anything by it, but could you imagine telling an 18-year-old or a 17-year-old to never change? Like, never become the person you're, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not raising your kid for you. You're raising your kid.
Right.
You know?
From the outsider's perspective, people just don't know what to say.
Totally.
It's like the same thing with athletes. Like, people will always say, oh, keep doing you. Like it's just like, what else?
That's a nicer sentiment than never ever change. You know, because you're like,
I guess that's true. You're right.
But
never
also,
ever changes.
I was like an angsty teenager, you know, that had a lot on my shoulders. So I did want to change, and I wanted to like wear different stuff and become a, you know,
totally
try on things for size. You know, exactly like you said. I think people make up who they want, the version of yourself that they want,
right?
And then you're like, I'm actually not that. Or don't want to be held responsible for changing if I want to.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's, I mean, just like how you had to navigate, it's been tricky.
And, well, also transforming so visibly on TV, right? Like, I lost 100 pounds between
crazy.
17 and 19, like a whole person. Mm-hmm. And so I, like, wanted...
And people didn't want that, right?
No. They were, like, some people were angry about it because I sort of had... I had taken away a person that they had fallen in love with, and they weren't sure whether they loved this new guy. And my cardiologist loved him, but you know.
Oh man, I know. Well, also such a different time.
Yeah.
People, you know, I'm watching all these documentaries, and people would say things to us or say things back then that would absolutely not fly now.
Yeah.
You know, so like someone commenting on your weight or you losing not being happy you lost the weight. Like, what the fuck? You know, like this stuff doesn't go down anymore without people standing up and being like, you can't say that, or that's not right. Or, you know, people ask me like when I lost my virginity. Like, that's not cool.
Did people ask you that?
Yes.
In interviews?
Yeah.
Like professional ones, not like this one, but like a real, like official one.
Yes. Not like this one.
No way. And what did you say?
I don't remember.
Wow. How do you navigate that? You just have to suck it up.
Yeah, and then kind of deal with the publicist afterwards being like, next time try to handle it like this, or, you know.
Right, like they're trying to change
a good job,
you.
Whatever, yeah.
They're not coming down on the interviewer. They're like trying to show you how to navigate that.
They might have come down on the interviewer too, but like, I mean, it happened all the time. The things people would ask you were just so inappropriate. And now it's just the climate is so different that stuff doesn't fly.
I remember once I was 12 years old and we were doing a press junket for this movie, and this woman came in from a Spanish-speaking sort of broadcast service, and so she's translating all of her questions and answers in Spanish, and then she's like, and Josh Peck, and then she says a bunch of Spanish words that I won't say here because I don't want to get canceled, but I do hear her say the word gordo, and I'm like, that means fat. That's fat. She just called me fat, yo, to my face. She called me fat in Spanish. And I was like, oh my God. And then I'm just having, and she's like, and she says this whole thing, gordo. And she's like, did you enjoy the movie? And I'm like, yes, it was incredibly fun.
Like, did you just call me fat?
Yeah, I had, that one hurt.
No, that's just not okay.
Yeah.
That's not okay.
But Josh, we talk about it all the time. You're still fat. Fat is a feeling. Like, Hilary, I don't know if you can tell based on this very svelte angle, but I am a larger individual.
He's a beautifully thick boy.
And Josh and I often talk about, like, the best people in life are either still fat or at one point were fat. Mm-hmm. Because there's something about being fat that actually becomes a personality trait. Mm-hmm. And it's not something that you shake, even if you become incredibly built and Greek godlike like Josh.
Thanks,
but
babe.
He's still fat in his heart, which is important.
Right. Yeah, you can't lose that quality once you have it.
No, you can't.
So my husband was was heavy, very
Really?
heavy.
I
Yeah.
feel a kinship with him.
El Gordo.
El Gordo.
El Gordo.
Mucho Gordo, yes.
Really?
Yeah.
And now he's a skinny king.
Now he's a skinny king.
How did you
A
guys
little too
meet?
skinny king. I'm trying to always work on that.
Are you more of the eater in the relationship?
Yes.
Tell me about, okay.
I wake up starving and I have to eat breakfast, and he refuses to eat breakfast or even lunch sometimes. And I'm like, I don't
Wow.
understand. I know. He can really.
Is he an intermittent faster? Josh is.
I know Josh. I know everything about Josh.
We're very
okay?
close.
Got it. I was gonna say. Honestly, we should move to. I want to stay in memory lane, but How I Met Your Father.
Yes.
Like, just. What's Josh like on set? Josh, what's Hilary like on set?
Oh my God,
like you were
let's
you were
dive
talking
into
about
this.
food.
What
you
am I
go
like
in
on
the
set,
morning.
Josh?
What are you grabbing first thing, Hilary, from that beautiful smorgasbord as you walk into set?
I've already eaten, but by the time I get to set, I have 3 kids, so I'm up at like 6.
Coffee and milk in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cow's milk.
Cow's
Can you
milk.
believe I eat cow's milk? Like, I feel like no actresses eat cow's milk.
I love that.
By the way,
I
what?
love that.
Nothing. It's the only kind of milk.
Thank you.
Like,
I
don't
agree.
send me down this. Almond milk is just like.
Wait, I actually
it's-
like oat milk and I like cow's milk.
You. By the way, you can like
Yeah.
oat milk.
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't mean it's milk.
Totally, it's milk alternative.
I love oat milk. I love almond
I love
milk.
almond milk. Yeah.
I'd love hat milk too. If I put my hat
It's not milk.
in a thing of water and shake it up and leave it for 2 months and it turns green, you could call it hat milk.
Sure,
But
sure.
I don't think you've ever been more Jewish than right now, man. This sounds like it's like a
Hat-
Jewish
hat milk?
subreddit.
Yeah, totally.
So, Ben, I have
It's not
chickens.
real milk.
I have chickens, so I eat eggs most mornings.
Fresh
I
eggs.
do.
Love that.
Do you
what
ever-
what color are the eggs, Hilary?
Some are like a peachy, like cream color, and some are blue, and some are a little bit more green. They're all different
That's-
colors.
I
Very-
love that,
very
and that's
fun.
that's what scares me the most. Our friend has a farm that we go. Brian Kelly,
Sure.
has so many chickens,
Mm.
and I think it was like the first time that I really had fresh eggs, and I just started to think, how the hell is it possible that all of our eggs in the grocery store are just white?
I know.
Isn't that weird?
Well, now they're doing like true blues, and so like the farmers are like found a way to package the eggs and make them blue and get people excited about that. But I'm like, how did all of a sudden now you're using the blue eggs? What did you do with them before?
Well, I don't want you to feel attacked, but eggs every morning. How's the cholesterol looking? Mine's high.
Oh my God, it is.
Very.
I don't know. Last time I went to the doctor, I had a good bill of health.
I could
But-
see that.
So my thing is like I also keep salt in my purse because I have a problem.
What a queen.
I know, and my husband's like, you're gonna have a heart attack, and I'm like, I don't think I am. My salt levels were really. I love that we're talking about my cholesterol and salt levels now too. Yours is high.
Oh, very high.
Are you taking medication?
I was, and now I'm off it.
Okay.
It gave me calf cramps. I can't live like that.
Oh no! Are you supposed to have salt for that?
Probably, yeah. And bananas. I'm a banana king.
So did you get like Charlie horses in the middle of the night? Because that's the worst.
Yeah, it's terrible. And I would wake up my wife, and she'd be like, "Stop it."
She doesn't have patience for that.
No, she thinks I should. She doesn't want me to have like a stroke or whatever. But yeah, she wants me to be on the medicine. But we'll see. Let's roll the dice.
I don't know, Josh. I like you here.
Thank you. I agree, but I think it's like also the new. Isn't this the new science? Like cholesterol's healthy, eggs are healthy, adding salt to things is healthy if it's good salt. Like
All these things are just getting new publicists. Like
yes,
that's what it
Yep.
is.
right. We talked about this. Like cauliflower has the best publicist ever. Right?
Cauliflower?
Yeah, right. Because remember
Ever.
cauliflower, and now it's like a
Oh,
rice.
cauliflower rice. Yes, yes, yes.
Pizza. It
Crust,
became
crust.
everything. What's the
True.
difference really between cauliflower and broccoli? You could have done the same thing with broccoli.
Is it a little bit more of a strong flavor?
I think so.
I love broccoli. I like cauliflower,
You heard it here
do you think-
first. She's
what
a
do you think of bro-
cruciferous
but I
queen.
also love gluten.
What do you think of broccoli Rob, Hillary?
Love broccoli Rob.
Ah,
Oh
that's
wait,
where we
sometimes
diverge.
it's a little bitter.
Yep.
No, I think I prefer a broccolini to a broccoli Rob.
Broccolini is fantastic.
Okay, do you like rainbow shard though? Because I do,
What
and
is
that's
that?
a little bitter. It's like a leafy green,
It's like Swiss chard, but fun colors.
but
Yes.
red.
But red. And some
Red
orange.
and green, maybe a little purple.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I don't like broccoli Rob. I don't know why I said that. It's far too bitter and offensive in a dish.
Far too bitter
Do you
and
cook?
offensive. I do. My dad is a caterer.
Oh, cool.
So I grew up in the cooking scene, and I do cook. I do live in the city, though, so like our kitchen is a modest size, and my wife absolutely hates when there's one singular dish in the dishwasher.
Oh, so you guys don't have
not
kids?
in the dishwasher, so no, we don't have kids. But I have a furry son named Theo.
Okay.
And while he's not a real child, I guess I'm talking to two parents. I can't really bullshit the two of you. He's not real.
So that's
He's
nice
not.
on set. If we go back to like us on set, like Josh and I have kids. We're the only ones that have like multiple kids.
Yeah, we have kids. And you had when did you have your first kid? 23?
24.
So in Hollywood, that's like 16.
Yeah, I was teen mom.
That's young. Wow. And what was that like? I mean, that's young. Young for us.
Yeah, totally. I think that I was just really ready. I told you like the touring was really hard, and I just decided after one of my tours, my last tour, I was like, I need a serious break, and I need to like lock myself in my house and like figure out how to take care of myself, feed myself, what I like, what I don't like. Like, I just was like always around people, that were taking care of me. And I'm a pretty independent person, so I was like ready to like go out, have some fun, and not be locked on the road. Not locked, but like that. It's very like here, there, do this, do that. You're done. Repeat, rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
And then I met my first husband, and like 2 years later, maybe 3 years later, I just felt like really ready to have open that chapter of my life. I always wanted to be a young parent. I always knew I was meant to be a mom. And so it was hard because I didn't have any friends that were having kids yet.
Right.
But I just like figured it out and loved it. I love being a mom so much. That was young for sure, but I wouldn't change it at all. And now my son's he's turning 11 in March.
Wow.
I know.
Wow. How old are your other kids?
So then my other kids are with my current marriage. We'll see how long I'll keep that guy for. But and they're 4. And so we had Banks first, then we got married, and then we had May during the pandemic, and she's turning 2 in March as well.
I'm just saying, has there ever been a bit of an arranged marriage discussion, Josh, between Max and...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I could see that for us.
Right?
Yeah, we would
Right.
be incredible. And I don't think we would... I think we would complement each other as in-laws and as...
110.
I could see that. I think
Banks
people would
probably
freak out.
run his show.
Yeah.
She's a real sasspot.
My son needs some guidance. He needs some direction. My life is infinitely made better by deferring to my wife as just a practice.
Well, you figured it out. How to have a nice, easy life is just don't make hers hard.
Yeah.
Say yes. Pick your battles.
Well, I think what's cool, I'm just going to fawn over you now. Like, being on set with Hilary Duff is a nice time. And I tell you this, and you're what's called the number 1 on the call sheet, which is basically the call sheet is everyone's times to come to work for the day, and the lead is at the top, and then everyone's more depreciating. Like on How I Met Your Father, I'm like number 98. Anyway.
They're idiots for that, by the way. I'm always begging for Josh to be with us all the time.
Well,
Because you're so busy with other jobs.
yeah. Well, what can I say? It's
Like Oppenheimer. Woohoo!
Oppenheimer and iCarly. We keep it balanced here, Queens. But your day can be infinitely, as someone who's not the lead, can be infinitely affected by how the lead is feeling. It's just how it is. If the lead comes in and is like not having a good day or doesn't want to be collaborative or just has a bad energy, then everyone's tiptoeing and everyone's adjusted and no one feels even comfortable being happy because you just don't want to disrupt the star. And that's true, right? Like, come on, say names. Who have you worked with like that? I'll start here.
I will not say names, but I do. I mean, I'm weirdly uncomfortable with how you're talking about me in front of me, but like, thank you for saying that because it's really nice. And but I don't know what would have to fall apart in my life for me to like show up to work and bring all my baggage. Like, I just wasn't trained like that, or I just don't operate that way.
but you also like come there and you want everyone to be great. And anyway, I don't want to make you any more uncomfortable, but yeah, you're just like, you're good people. And
thank you.
And I remember, it was funny because, in case you didn't know, Ben, Hilary and I had made a movie together when we were in our early 20s. And I remember showing up the first day on How I Met Your Father, and I was like, oh, what a reunion. And I remember a couple weeks went by and I was like, remember when we made that movie together? And Hilary went, what movie? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Did you not remember the movie?
No,
It's okay.
I did. Of course I did, but I haven't thought about that in a really long time. And you and I didn't hang out at all when we filmed that movie.
Well, I told you that story about the night we drove home together. Do you remember that? I remember.
Yes, I do too. Can you refresh my memory?
What movie?
Okay.
Oh my
What
God,
movie?
let's please not dig it up. This is the thing, is my past, the second it gets talked about, all comes back to haunt me. That's the one shitty thing about having a career this long and like
I
being
haven't
a
even
child
brought up.
star.
I haven't even brought up Cinderella Story, which should have won an
I'm always
Oscar.
happy to talk about that one.
That one's classic.
And also just Jennifer Coolidge, like with White Lotus. Like, I guess we can get to it, but like, do you guys still speak? No, you're answering a different question. What movie are we talking about?
It's not important the name, but it exists. I think a reviewer said about my performance in that movie that I looked mentally handicapped, and like they wondered. So I took a big swing. Anyway, I remember I was 21 years old. I was look, Ben can keep it together, which I was going for. I swear to God. I remember we were shooting in Vancouver. I was 21 years
It was
old.
the role of a lifetime for Judge.
Total cliche. And I remember like people saying like, the weed in Vancouver, is very strong. And it must have been, because I remember smoking pot throughout that experience for the month we shot that movie. And I don't remember a thing. And
how'd you remember riding home with me then?
Okay, so because it was so deeply embarrassing, all I remember is that you were nice enough. I remember you were going home and you had like a car, like a car service that would take you home, or someone was driving you, and
I guess I did.
you're very fancy. and you were like, well, like Hilary said, you can catch a ride home in her car, and I was like, oh, amazing. So at this point, and we had some interaction, but like we hadn't really, broed down the way we have. Mm-hmm. And so I'm sitting in the front seat and you're in the back, and I'm not saying a word. Because, like, I don't know protocol. It's your car. I'm really insecure. I used to be 100 pounds overweight. I don't want to talk about it. And I just remember you said, what kind of music do you like? And I just remember thinking, oh, she can't be talking to me. I figured you were talking to the driver or maybe on a phone call.
Are you okay?
And I didn't respond. And I just sat there, like, staring out the window.
I'm embarrassed for you right now.
And I remember the driver looked over at me. And
like, hello?
Like, the grizzled
Speak to her.
driver. And he's like, hey, she asked you what kind of music you like. And I just remember I was like, oh, hip-hop. And then I just proceeded to stare. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad you didn't remember.
The only thing that I actually do remember that now that you say it. But you and I didn't hang.
We didn't.
During that. And just like, it's just so funny is you have no idea what someone's going through or the narrative that they, like what they're walking in with. You know what I mean? Like, so for you to think that I wouldn't be speaking to you and instead I'd be speaking to like the transpo guy, whom, by the way, I do always love my transpo drivers and usually have very meaningful relationships with them because I talk a lot. But, like, I was really insecure filming that movie. I was like, no one likes me and I don't know. Yeah, of course. Yes.
And wow. it was pretty like dramatic and dark. Like, was it a little bit?
It was one of the worst experiences of my life.
Say more.
Oh, I don't even remember it. I just remember being like, I can't wait to be done. Like, well, why did I say yes to this?
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. I need to know the movie. I know you won't divulge it. It's fine.
Oh my God.
It's fine.
Listen, there's a little thing called IMDb, my friend. What was the movie called?
It's called What Goes Up.
What Goes Up. It was called something else, right?
Safety Glass.
Safety Glass. I never even saw it. Never even watched it.
Do we get any residuals? Like, what if we blow the movie back up? Like, what if... Will you guys start making money, or there's no chance?
No, I don't think there's a chance. I don't think it's going to blow up.
Then
it's not looking good.
it's just gonna blow up things for us that we probably don't want to revisit.
Then we'll leave it buried. Hilary, we do something on this show called a What Are You Nuts moment of the week.
What are you nuts?
What Are You Nuts? Where Josh sort of, I mean, I could have turned to him and said, "What are you nuts?" for divulging that very sad car ride. That very sad car ride. That could be your What Are You Nuts is live in time. But
hold on, I have a question. So for you to be like, "Oh, the weed is so strong in Vancouver, let me just keep smoking it and be out of my mind and not know if people are like."
Talking to me?
Yeah.
I didn't know. It was all in retrospect. It was in hindsight. We shot that movie December of 2007, and I got sober February 2008. So it had a real effect.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Wow. I talked to my sponsor about you. No, I'm kidding.
No,
I didn't.
God.
No, I didn't.
What kind of music I like, and I didn't answer, and then I just mumbled hip hop.
It totally ruined my shot with Hilary Duff.
I actually do remember, Josh, that you shot me some one-word thing, and I was like, "Cool, doesn't want to be friends." Moving on.
No, you remember that now? It's coming back.
Yeah,
Memories.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I have a lot of those. Like, there's a lot of holes in my come up, but like when someone, I'm not saying I always remember, but I do remember that car ride.
Oh boy. Well, I'm glad.
You still got that job on How I Met Your Father. It's
I know.
a miracle.
Thank God you didn't remember. Literally me, I'm so self-centered. I'm like, Hilary must have been singing my praises. She's like, I worked with him 10 years ago. No,
He's the best.
What, did you have any dark, like, cliche times? Because I feel like no one knows about it. Like, you know, where you were...
Partying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I never like got into drugs. That
Yeah.
was not my thing. I drank and I partied, but like not heavy, not that like, and like privately, like not alone, but like with a small group of friends. Or like, you know, I was never like dancing on tables, I guess, in the club.
Yeah.
Well, if you're ever looking to party again, Hilary, what you're holding next to you, Spritz Society sparkling cocktails, 10 out of 10.
Will make me
Wine
dance. Will
based,
this make me dance on the table?
Definitely. Wine based.
Great.
6%, 5 flavors, absolutely delicious.
Love. Blood orange. Can't wait.
Yeah, that's a good flavor. Let's definitely send Hilary home with some.
Yes, I'll give her. I'll give
we
them
know
all
Josh
to her.
can't take any home, so I'll take it all home.
Paige likes them. So.
I had funky moments. I've also I was divorced. That was like a really hard time, you know?
I bet.
I had a 2-year-old and I was like divorced. So that was rough for a little while.
Well, it's hard enough just to be divorced and then having to do it in the public eye. Mm-hmm. How did that impact it, or do you even know, because it's only your experience?
It's not something I totally want to get into, because there's parts of it that are like that I kept to myself and that were very private. But I would say that like we loved our kids so much, and we spent a lot of time together outside, like after we got divorced, to just be like, we're a united front. Like we really like each other. But you know, there was some stuff that happened that was definitely hard to navigate through. But yeah, just being in the public eye and just having people follow you nonstop and talk about stuff that's not true or that is true, that's deeply personal, you know, it was a lot. It was a lot. And then I was so happy because I got younger, and Darren called me and was like, you need to take this job. And I was like, I can't move to New York. I'm getting a divorce and no one knows. And he was like, yes, you can. You can come to New York, and you're coming, and you're just going to shoot the pilot, and we'll figure out the rest later, and blah, blah, blah. And it was like the best thing I ever did.
Yeah.
So that helped. That was a big boost. I hadn't worked in a long time. It's so funny because now I'm just talking. Am I interviewing myself here?
We love it.
Publicist
It's good.
hates when I do this shit.
Please.
So,
publicists, calm down. These publicists.
The other day I was playing tennis after we wrapped, and I just been like putting unemployed up on my Instagram because I think it's funny. I work nonstop, and but there's definitely been times when I have needed a job and couldn't get an audition or, you know, whatever. And so the Mirror, which I know is like very lowest of the low, like tabloids, but people still read that stuff and think it's true.
Right.
And they were like, a fallen star, worked for Disney for 20 years, and now self-admitting she's unemployed and needs a job. Like, like, there have been times where I needed a job, but right now my face is like on billboards in most cities. Like,
Yes.
we just finished our show. I've been on like every talk show. Like, oh, it's so rough.
And
rough
yet,
out there.
And yet, is there still like a little 1% part of you where your stomach drops out when you see a headline
I'm like,
that?
this is so lame.
Of course.
Yeah, and because people believe it, Like I have family members in Texas that, sorry, these earrings are so annoying.
But they're gorgeous.
Oh my God, thank you.
It's worth
I didn't
it.
know I was wearing headphones and they're just really digging a hole in
Marshall,
my ear.
let's do something about the headphones.
How could you do that to me? Wore these fancy earrings for you and
Thank you.
I wish
they'll
I could
text me
see
and be
them.
like, oh my God.
I can't even see them.
They're really small and dainty.
Oh, they're nice.
Really.
Wow.
I went minimal today.
Wow. Beautiful.
I don't know how I got on that.
Well, so once you finished Younger, and then again, you went through this like kind of, short period where you were figuring out what your next thing was going to be. Why, how I
Not
Met Your...
really.
Really?
No, not really after Younger. I would say after I had a kid, before Younger was like my time of like, am I ever going to get a job again?
Right. But then how did How I Met Your Father come around?
I literally just got a phone call. It was
Don't
like,
you love that?
yes, it was so,
Wow.
I
the best.
like,
It's because you're a good person.
thank you.
It is. You deserve it.
Thank you.
Happy for you.
Thank you.
Happy for us.
Yeah, but-
Thank you.
We're in on this together.
I'm available season 3.
Oh, you're going to be there.
Even though you said your ideal boyfriend on the show would be Harry Styles, which
Oh, first of
really
all-
hurt my feelings.
First of all, that's so unfair. It didn't go down like that. Again, like The Mirror, whatever. My husband even mentioned that. He was like, Harry Styles, huh? And I was like, oh
I
my
get it.
God. You know what they did? I'm sure this has happened to you before. Who's the ideal person that you would like to play you? Right? If they're like, if you're being played in a movie down the line, which actress? I'm like, I don't think about those type of things.
That's
so I
hard.
don't know.
For
Or
me, it's like
who-
a young Jay Leno. Sorry, go for it.
Is he okay? Did
I
he
think
have
so.
like an accident?
He recovered.
Okay.
Grease fire.
So, sounds hot. So they're like, who would be your ideal love interest? And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. Who? I'm always like playing it coy in those interviews. And then they're like, well, didn't you just go see Harry Styles? And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, great, Harry Styles. It'd be wonderful. Banks would freak out. And all of a sudden it's like, Hilary Duff wants Harry Styles on the show.
I forgive you.
By the way,
Josh,
there's no shame.
I would never choose Harry Styles over Josh. Never.
Print it.
I think
clip it. Marshall, clip that.
Yeah, I don't believe it, but that's fine. Harry Styles is fantastic.
We're not
like
close
Josh,
enough friends for you to question me yet, Ben.
Josh would pick Harry Styles, though. I'm questioning Josh.
Would you pick Harry Styles over me, Josh?
No, not over you, but I would pick him for other things.
Yeah, I get it.
I'd pick him over Ben.
I get it.
Ben,
He's a golden child.
what is your what are you nuts moment? We got to hear it.
Yes. Okay, but we all need to give.
Wait,
one.
isn't it?
That's
It's a
like
game? It's a game?
It's a game.
Okay.
Yeah, we all sort of give. I'll give mine, then you'll give yours. We can comment on each other's, but
Okay.
it's a what are you nuts moment. So I want to caveat that I went to a birthday party last night, a dear friend's 40th, and happy birthday to her. Really amazing party. That said, having a birthday party on a Wednesday night, what are you, nuts? It's impossible to enjoy yourself and not keep looking at the clock and realizing you have to wake up in the morning and go and do adult things. Maybe I had a couple of drinks.
You. What are you nuts? You
I
have
had
kids.
I had a couple of drinks. I run a very stressful business, Hilary. I don't need the kids. I had
Yeah,
a couple of
shouldn't assume.
drinks.
Got it. Okay.
I didn't go Spritz Society. I went Tito's on the rocks. I had 2 stiff drinks after a long day, and maybe I had a puff of somebody's joint on the roof.
Got it.
Ooh,
And
dangerous.
just this morning, I woke up and I was like, wow, I feel terrible.
People share joints again, huh? Just as somebody's.
Yeah, no, this is in New York. We share joints. We're not afraid of whatever's out there anymore. We're just we've turned back the clock. But what are you nuts? Wednesday night birthday party. Save them for the weekend.
Got it. Yeah.
Well-
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, listen, birthday parties are ridiculous after you're 21 anyway, I would say. Is that bad?
I love
Is
a
that
birthday party.
unpopular
I love it.
opinion?
Ooh.
I love a
guess
birthday
40, 30, 35, but like 37, like these people.
I love a 37th birthday.
Yeah.
I think you
We're
should
gonna go-
celebrate every year you're older.
I
right,
agree,
fair enough.
Josh. We're
Maybe
gonna
not,
go
it
to
doesn't have
Panda
be a
Express.
Big blowout. Yeah, Panda Express, great birthday. Why not?
Great birthday. We're gonna get some orange chicken. I'm gonna put a.
I'm glad you said that
I'm gonna
first.
I'm gonna put a candle in the rice, and we're gonna have just a
So you don't have a
unbelievable
sweet tooth?
37th. No, we can hit the candy shop after too.
I love Panda Express, and they've sent me a gift card because I've talked about them so much.
Yeah.
Unlike Wingstop, who sent me a gift card. I did a video once
I've
where
never been to Wingstop.
it's a nice eatery. Rick Ross owns a bunch of them.
Okay.
Fun
Did you
fact.
just say it's a nice eatery?
Yeah, it's a lovely cafe.
Okay.
And I just remember that I did this YouTube video where we're like eating the wings, right? And, not sponsored, just Wingstop. And they call me. They're like, wow, what a video. Thank you. 2.5 million views. Sick. I go, Wingstop. It's what I do. No problem.
Yeah.
They go,
Shell out some cash, my friend.
yeah. They're like, we love to partner with you, blah, 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 blah. I was like, great. They're like, but in the meantime, let us just send you a gift card just as a thank you. I go, thank you, Mr. Wingstop.
You're like, don't spend it all in one meal.
They
It's
gave me the gift card. I have it in my wallet for like 6 months. Finally, I go to Wingstop. I'm like, whoa. This is
Going
going to
all
be
out.
quite the order. I ordered like $30 in food, right? And I'm like, cool. I'm going to have like $970 left on this thing. I give it to the cashier. They go, that'll be $15.
They only gave you a $15 gift card.
$15. What an odd number.
You should have done a video about that.
I know. Wingstop, we've got
How
issues.
dare you, Wingstop? That's not
Fucking
cool.
Wingstop.
What the nuts? What's the game? That's what I say about
What are
that.
you- what are you
nuts?
nuts?
What are you nuts?
That's your
Wingstop.
what are you nuts?
That's
Wingstop.
Hillary's what are you nuts
That's
moment.
mine?
No, do you have one?
Oh, okay. This is how
I know
this goes.
you're
That was
kind of
yours.
on the spot.
I know. Now I need to.
Anything that's just
Okay, I got one.
yeah.
Well, I don't know if this is as like relatable. It's just kind of weird. Okay, so I drive a G-Wagon, right? And this person comes. My husband and I play tennis every Sunday morning together, and we stop at this coffee shop beforehand, and he always pre-orders it, and I go in and grab it. And this time I was driving, so he went in to grab it, and just to be funny, I locked the car, and so he was like banging on the window, like acting like a real psychopath, and I was like, I don't know this man, like acting like making a big scene, and there's like people like eating on the sidewalk, and so everyone started to like get pretty uncomfortable.
Because
he's
you're
like,
Hilary Duff, and they're like some
Yeah.
crazy stalker is
Well,
trying
you
to get
gotta
into her
have fun with life,
G-Wagon.
when you gotta entertain yourself.
I get
sometimes.
it. I support it.
So he's banging, like coffees are spilling, whatever. I'm like acting like, please someone help me. And then finally I like unlock the door. He gets in, and the man is walking behind him, walking his dog on the phone, and he's watching this whole thing happen. And then he comes up and he's got a real entertained look on his face, and I rolled the window down because I thought he was gonna be like, you really got me there, but apparently you know this guy or whatever. And he comes up to me and he goes, you like this car? My sister has this car. I hate it. I hate it so much. hate this car. You like it?
What? He wasn't even trying to help you. He just wanted to
What
criticize
are you
your
nuts?
vehicle.
That's perfect.
And I was like, well,
Oh
it's
my
a good
God,
thing
what
that
a
your
nut
sister
job.
owns it and I own it and you don't own it, sir.
Yeah.
Like, what? Who says, what's the point? Like, do you walk away like, yeah, good conversation. Like, what's the point?
Enjoy your Kia, friend. No,
Well,
I'm
I
kidding.
don't understand. What is wrong with people? Like, you don't think before you speak? I'm not even offended. I was just like,
What an outstanding what are you nuts? You're
Unbelievable.
natural. Yes.
And no, people don't think before they speak. They simply don't.
he was a perfectly pleasant guy that was just like, yeah, I hate it. And I was like, got it.
Do you want me to return it? That's what you should ask. Can you list it for sale for me?
Yeah.
Like, can you help me offload it now that you've given me your opinion?
Oh, yeah, that's my what are you nuts?
Hillary, I feel like this has been the greatest ep ever.
Oh my God.
Can't keep you any longer.
That's so nice.
It's been unbelievable.
Should I leave my earrings for you guys?
Oh, yes. Maybe Dear Media will give us a little bit of a, little promotion.
Who else should we tag and try to get $15 gift cards before I leave?
Oh, yeah. Who do you
Who
like?
should we plug?
Let's see. Who are you into right now?
Who am I into? What do you mean?
Like, who do you want a $15 gift card from? Like,
Oh.
for me, it would be like from the makers of Ozempic.
Oh my God. I don't even think you could get your hands on that thing.
I know, it's hard. I mean, I don't know. I haven't checked.
Josh, you love an Ozempic joke. I love it. You
I
love
know.
talking about putting it in your kids.
No. Don't put that out there. I would never. But, listen, if I see any issues, I'm going to intervene early on. People are like talking about the vaccination with their kids. I'm like, forget that.
We're on to Ozempic.
Yeah. We've moved on.
What do I love? I don't know. I mean, I'd always be down for like a McDonald's gift card. Love
Ooh,
McDonald's.
That's a good way to end it. Should we all give our McDonald's order?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's yours?
Okay,
looking
I'm a
like?
quarter pounder with cheese.
Number 3.
Okay, but I don't do a combo because I don't do the French fries.
Why not?
I know. It's like when I was doing counting my macros, like my guy found a way to incorporate a quarter pounder that I could eat every week. But he was like, don't get the French fries. So I was like, cool, I can eat McDonald's and like maintain. But also sometimes I like to sneak a 4-piece chicken nugget in there.
That's how I do it too.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I'll do a Big Mac with a 6-piece side of nuggets.
Okay, well you're bigger than me.
I get it.
You're a man.
What's like the most? Okay, so you had a
Diet Coke?
Diet Coke, so
Fountain
good.
Diet Coke.
Oh, best.
So good.
The
What about
only
you?
way.
What's your order from McDonald's?
It depends on if I'm observing my Judaism or not. I do typically try to keep kosher, but
Oh, you
sometimes
do?
sometimes I stray, Hillary. I'm not perfect.
Okay.
I'm not perfect. But you saying a 4-piece nugget to me is comical. I'm a minimum 20-piece nugget.
Wow,
And
20?
Yeah, I need it. I just when I'm
But is
if
that
I'm
all you're
eating
ordering?
McDonald's,
Is that all, you're not ordering
that's
a
all
burger?
no, I'm ordering a
then
20-piece
I'm not
nugget.
offended by that.
Okay, yeah, I'll eat a 20-piece nugget. I love the sauces, the sweet and sour, the barbecue.
Love the sweet and sour.
Just the fillet of sauces.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm on my kosher grind, I'll go fillet of fish. Don't kill me.
So
Don't
you can
kill
eat
me.
kosher at McDonald's and it's a fillet
Yeah,
of fish.
you can.
That's
yeah.
pretty cool. Things
Yeah,
you I didn't know that. I learned that today.
Yeah.
I
you
haven't
can
had
eat
a
the
fillet of fish in 20 years.
It's not a great offering from
It's
McDonald's.
No, it's not. It's
not
bottom
top tier.
tier.
It's not
bottom
premium.
tier.
Okay.
It's bottom tier.
When
It's
I was
bottom
pregnant with my last child was the first time I ever had Taco Bell.
Wow,
And I
why?
ate it alone in my car and I pulled over to enjoy it. It was one of my most memorable days.
First time in your life?
I think so. I never remember. We weren't like a Taco Bell fan. I feel like your family
Same.
kind of dictates what fast food you go to.
I've never had Taco Bell. Fun fact.
No way.
It's really
No,
delicious.
no, it's just not my. It's not my
flavor
quick serve.
profile?
No, it's just not. It's not it for me. I don't know.
I mean, a Mexican pizza is quite phenomenal. You should experience it at some point in
Wow,
time.
sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I think Taco Bell's mad at me, guys.
Why? What'd you do?
I messed up.
Oh no.
Another one. Damn it. Okay, really quick. I went to Taco Bell headquarters in beautiful Anaheim, California. Heard of it?
Wait, I didn't know that Taco Bell was a California native.
Started by Glenn Bell.
Okay. Okay.
A white guy. Weird.
Of course.
And
Related to Drake?
probably.
Pretty good. Pretty good, Ben.
And I went there. Got to try I went to their test kitchen. I got to try things that aren't on the market yet. They have fountain Baja Blasts ready to go at every corner. It was a fabulous experience. Then months later, they sent me this collab they did with this hot sauce to hey, we're gonna send some food over. If you want to post about it. I was like, great. I like the food. The food. I just happened because of Judaism. I'm at a resting. I have something called agita, also known as heartburn.
Yes.
Itis, as they call it. I'm just at a resting heartburn. You know what I mean? I'm just at a couple Tums a day habit.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yes.
That's
Feel
my
free to
husband.
sponsor us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just part of it. So I made some jokes about how the food was giving me heartburn. And they were not pleased. And I've now written them a few times on the Taco Bell Instagram. And I'm getting left on red.
Damn, they're not
ruined it.
responding to your. You're trying to slide into the DMs, and they're like, "No, you're
Taco Bell's
blacklisted."
pissed. Wait, I have a question before we finish. You had a nutritionist who was figuring out how to allow you to eat McDonald's. What's the most give us what's the most Hollywood shit you've ever? Is it having the fancy nutritionist? I know you have a very famous tennis coach. I won't give any more away.
Oh, he would love it to hear you say that. Ugh, Chris, you're gonna love that.
Tennis coach to the stars, right?
Yeah. So, what's the most like crazy thing I've done?
I don't know. Like, is there anything like particular? Like, I don't know. Pull back the curtain.
I guess there's been a few times where I've like had to splurge on like private planes, but it's not something I do often, and I feel very guilty about it. It's just like this. So my son went to camp this summer at the camp that I went to in Texas, and it was right when all this like airline stuff was kind of going crazy, and airlines didn't have staff, and everything was like delayed and behind, and people like the airports were crazy. So knowing that, I booked 2 tickets to get there just in case like something happened to one of them. And of course I'm on my way to the airport and it's like, oh, my flight's been canceled, not like moved or delayed, just canceled. And so I was like, okay, well I have my other one, I'll just wait at the airport for like 4 hours and it'll be fine. An hour later that one canceled and I'm like, I have to get my son from like it's like pickup day,
Right.
What am I gonna do?
Right.
So I had to get like a private plane. Thank God I have like a contact but that makes me like so uncomfortable, you know? And I have a lot of guilt around doing it. I'm like, ugh.
No guilt. You sound like a fantastic mom. Yeah, you needed to get your kids.
By the way, I wasn't I've got to get to Turks and Caicos. That's not
Yeah.
with my girls. Like it was like to get my son. And
you should have though.
Oh, this was the best part of it all. Okay. So get the private plane, get to Texas. We land. I'm talking to my assistant on the phone. I'm like, I'm gonna get. She's like, the problem is that like once you go to Austin, you got to drive like 45, 50 minutes to Burnett is where the camp is, and she's like the car rental place is closing at 11. So like, I don't know like if I can get an Uber to take me to this. Like I don't know how it works there. I haven't been to Texas.
Yeah,
in
it's
so
Texas. It's Wallace.
Are you from Texas?
Yes, but I'm from Houston.
We didn't even get into any of this, and we're already over an hour. It's such a problem.
I guess I'm gonna have to come back.
You're gonna have to come back. Did you love HEB?
Hold on. Yes,
Okay.
that was our grocery store. But I have to finish. So I get to the car rental place. I rent my car. I'm running, right, to get the car. I drive. I'm so nervous. I call my mom. She's like, call me when you get there, honey. I'm just so nervous about you. And she always says, like, the cutest thing. She's like, when you do things like this, it just makes me so proud that you're, like, able to handle this stuff. And I'm like, thank you, Mom.
Oh,
yes,
what a
I
beauty.
can rent a car. Like, it's very sweet, but there's been a huge part of my life where I didn't do normal things like that,
Sure.
or figure out how to. It was shocking to me when I figured out that I couldn't rent a car until I was 25. Like, did you guys know that that's a thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's shocking for everyone, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm driving, and my mom's like, oh, and before you go, just remember all the deer that cross the highways in Texas. And then I'm like, I've had like the travel day from hell. Of course, I'm gonna like probably hit a deer or something, and be. So I'm so nervous. And then we get to the hotel that we're staying at. Mystery stains all over the comforter.
It's the high-low that's so relatable, Hilary. Just because I brought it up, one quick mention, HEB. I only know about it because of Spritz Society.
Do they carry Spritz Society?
We're sold in all HEBs. Isn't that cool?
Yes. How's it doing for you there?
It's doing fantastic. It's our best grocery store.
Yes. That was our grocery store growing up, Kroger and HEB.
I love HEB.
Mm-hmm.
We all need an HEB sponsor. Josh, free food for life. Free groceries.
At HEB?
Yeah. They'll deliver to us.
I'm in.
We'll find a way. Find a way.
Hillary, thank you. You're the
Hillary,
greatest.
thank you. This
We
was
love
great.
you.
Come on anytime. If you're ever promoting something, if you ever want to, we also should have asked that. If there's anything that you want to mention, that upcoming projects, or if there's
I know it'll be cool to see if I get a job after this again.
Oh, please.
I'm always like, this might be the last one.
Well, that's every actor. But How I Met Your Father is totally crushing it. And what are they on, like episode 5 on Hulu?
Are we already on 5? Yes, next week will be 5, I think.
New season.
I know.
So good.
It's going by so fast.
Love it.
I know. Really, really wanting to get that pickup.
Let's just do it already, Hulu. What are you waiting for?
We're going to get the pickup. We're manifesting the pickup. Everybody watch How I Met Your Father. Hilary Duff, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.